could you let us know in what kind of challenges across business verticals that you have faced while you're scaling up this business, and how have you overcome them?
See, Nikhil, if I talk about the challenges are very common in every kind of business. So the moment startup comes into the picture, once they start rolling out,
Yes.
the very, very, very common challenges that are thrown, right? So even back 2018, so it's not that we did not burn money. It's not. I would be lying saying if we were profitable since the day of our inception. It's not. We did burn money for about 2 years, 2018, 2019. But we were quite determined with the culture and with the product mix and the service mix that we were targeting. We knew that yes, the requirement is there. We will position ourselves. So if I try to name certain challenges that we have gone so far, number one would be the fierce competition, right?
Yes.
So we are into the business of commodity. So let's not glorify ourselves. We are very simple product manufacturer. It's very simple line of manufacturing activities happening, right? So as we look fabricator ही समझते हैं ना. So the mindset is same. So now from a valuing commodity का एक price है, उसको आप add on करके you need to identify a certain price. So fierce competition was always such that because we entered into the market with very limited kind of resources, right? Number one would be fierce competition. We even after working 5 years, we face this, and it's good. Unless there is no competition, you come into the monopolistic approach, right? Second thing as a startup was creditability. We are into business of projects. Okay, let's see into that. A person investing and coming up with a factory invests about 100 crore, 150 crore, maybe 50 crore. Our average selling price of our product is about 2.5, 3 crore, 4 crore, where the market is such a way you take advances. So having that creditability in the market, कि यार इसको पैसा देना नहीं देना, ये तो नया company है, they're too early, they're in the early stages. So we were struggling. We struggled a bit in those first 2 to 3 years where the clients did not have that much of confidence that they show right now. So creditability plays an extremely important role. Third would be your fund management, right? The business we are in, the PE sector, is absolutely capital intensive, right? When I talk about capital intensive, there comes the fund management. If there is no fund management, you tend to lose your company. You tend to go into negative cash flows immediately. So it is a number game, right? So your fund management has to be extremely important, because the kind of project you are running, there's a lot of LD clauses. You know better how the LD clauses work. You know how the retention clauses work. So आप जितना कमाने वाले होते हो वो क्लाइंट के पास जमा है, वो पैसे जमा है क्लाइंट के पास. So you need to be that robust. You need to have extremely good time management. Otherwise, you tend to lose that money. The entire fund management skill plays an extremely important role when you are running a small scale company or MSME like us, right? Then I would say so now PEB sector, you have time constraints. Yeah, you need to deliver certain projects in X number of days. So Nikhil, that's where we came in. So we saw the projects getting delayed, even the top 5 companies delaying projects by a month. We saw, boss, अगर ये ठीक कर लिया ना, तो हम ठीक है. So there is no major product differentiation between top 5 companies or the bottom companies. There's no major product differentiation at all. So what differentiates you is your services, the mindset, the options you are providing, the time management that you are giving, and the after sales service. Though the PEB sector has been considered as a manufacturing industry, I truly believe it is not a manufacturing industry, it's a service industry. And if you consider this industry as a service industry, you're going to succeed. That has been the clear mantra throughout. And this thought process basically helped us to position ourselves very quickly. It's been just a matter of 5 years since we started our operations, right? Last but not the least, that I would say is your market fluctuations, right? Again, we are into commodity. There has to be a lot of fluctuations coming in the market. How upar ja raha hai, bhao niche ja raha hai. So you need to manage your stocks, your commitments that way. If you miss on to that point, you tend to lose money. You will lose money for sure, because though you take certain money from the client, you don't take 100%, right? Even JSW knows it better than I do how the fluctuations work.
Yes,
Yeah?
it's a very volatile.
These are the limitations that we've faced so far.
In such a traditional market, like in the manufacturing space where everybody looks at themselves, like a manufacturing. I like how your mantra towards this is to, focus as a service industry. While focusing on like a service industry, how have you been able to, leverage, the current technology? How have you been able to implement in customer satisfaction, marketing, and even, inventory or any kind of management? And how have you been able to ensure success, like your differentiating factor?
So specifically on the technology point of view, and when you talk about the customer experience, customer service, right? So very recently, obviously, we understood this very long back. Like, yes, customer service is very much important, and how you deliver, timely delivery, and the communication between the customer is very important, right? And in this industry, communication happens obviously on every level. What work is happening on the site, when it is going to getting delivered, and everything, right? So in the production process and everything. So what we saw is something technology point of view. Say what we can get is, so recently we are coming up with our new application. This is a blue ladder application, which will be handling the whole ecosystem around the production or the delivery timelines when you talk about. But this ecosystem will handle everything from internal members of our team, from the consultants that we have, and even the customers, right? So that application actually is going to give you the whole insight about your project, where it is going to come, when it is going to deliver, what stage exactly that the project is in, right? So is it on the production page? Where exactly in the production? Are we doing the painting part right now? When it is going to get delivered? Everything from start to the end is going to be seen to the customers, right? This technology point of view, I would say this is going to be a very big change in terms of this industry, because I don't think so anyone is doing right now anything in terms of giving the full clarity or transparency in terms of what exactly is happening, right? So this is the main thing that we are going to come up with. It is in the beta stage. Very soon it is going to launch on Android and the iOS application. So when a customer downloads it, it is going to be very simple, where you just put your mobile number and get the whole detailed project analysis. What is going to happen, when it's going to happen, is your project getting delayed for any reason, right? Daily updates are going to be there on the application, and people can see it very simply. So this is the point where again the customer satisfaction comes in, right? So we are going to have a different team altogether, where customer can call to understand what exactly is happening. If there's any problem, where they can raise issues, they can have a chat option. Everything is going to come under that application, and it's going to be very simple for customer or the consultant to understand where and how fast we're going to deliver the project, right? Specifically inside details about what is happening right now and how it is going to happen, like how we are going to get it delivered. So this is something which is very new in terms of what we're getting right now in the market. In terms of marketing, again, so again, organic marketing is something that everyone is doing, right? So what we're trying to do is we're trying to make people understand, or our customers understand, from the terms of blogs that we are writing, from the posts that we're doing, what exactly is PEB, right? How people are getting it delivered, or I would say in terms of specifications, in terms of quality of the product, why they should go for PEB. Because again, in the market, when you see, PEB is one thing, right? But you have conventional buildings as well. You have civil buildings as well. So when a customer is taking a decision in terms of what and how they should go forward, right? So PEB usually is a little expensive in terms of when you're trying to understand, okay, I'm going to make a warehouse right now. So you have three options. You have an option for going for the full civil work, which is going to take time, but it's going to be a bit cheaper. Same goes for the conventional method. It's going to be a bit cheaper, but you don't know how exactly this is going to go forward, because conventional is something that the material, you don't know how it's going to come. Material aa gaya, but delivery timelines are not going to be met. That's a problem that usually people face in terms of conventional method. And plus, you don't have a clarity on how many tons or how many what exactly is going to be the weight of the building. So that's where the differentiation comes in when we talk about PEB, and that's what we are trying to educate people how and what is PEB, right? So when you talk about PEB, we are marketing about how exactly they should go, right? So PEB mein, what we are doing, or maybe I'm talking about the whole industry as per se. PEB mein, what people are doing is, again, they are getting everything calculated. The smallest thing is calculated in terms of how much is going to be weight, right? The variation is going to be there, that's okay. But it's going to be very simple. When you talk about a customer acquisition, customer will see the exact, or I would say the 5% here and there weightage, what is going to come. So they can calculate the project cost, right? It's not going to be, it's a black and white picture again. It's just people can see exactly what is going to come. Even in terms of when you talk about the sustainability part, right? So what PEB does is they calculate each and everything. So our designers, our in-house team calculate each and everything in terms of the earthquake zones. They understand where we are going to do the project. They understand the earthquake zones. They understand the wind loads. Everything is taken in the picture, and then we calculate, okay, this is the weight, and this is how the warehouse or the factory or whatever we are making is going to be like, right? It totally depends on that. So we have been educating people on that front, which is obviously very helpful when people understand about all these things. And one more thing, very recently, again, that is going to be launched in a week's time on our website, which is a virtual painter and a visualization of what exactly you're going to make, or we are going to make for you, right? So initially, when you talk about when a customer is going to finalize a project, or maybe they're just planning to go for a warehouse or a factory, it's very difficult for you to visualize and understand how this is going to look like, right? What all things you need in a factory. So obviously a consultant is going to help you out. Okay, ठीक है, ये होना चाहिए, ये grade होना चाहिए. But visualizing is something very important, right? Because a person who is investing, let's say, a 5 crore or 7 crore on a warehouse, they need to see milne kya wala hai, right? So they have seen obviously other factories, other warehouses, but it's a personal satisfaction that a customer gets. Ki, I want to see what exactly is going to come. So this is something that we are going to launch very soon, where customer can actually create their own warehouse on our website, going on our website, where they can pick and choose how their warehouse should be look like, what components should be there, be it a staircase, be it they want a deck inside, they want turbo ventilators, ridge ventilators, whatever they want, right? So they can just pick and choose whatever they need. They can pick and choose the color that they need, and everything will be they can put their company logo as well, and everything will be in front of them. So they can visualize and they can see what exactly they're going to get when they're paying, let's say, 5 crores or 7 crores. So this is something that they're going to get. So this is the visualization that we are going to get, like in a week's time. It will be launched on our website, and this is going to be obviously a good marketing thing for us as well, because the traffic will come now to see just how the project is going to look like, even if they don't give us the orders. But yes, they will 100% come and see how exactly this is going to be. So yes, on the marketing front, that's what we are doing, and technology-wise, we have implemented a lot of things in terms of operations as well. So we went ahead with SAP. So SAP is not something that people usually go for in terms of PV sector. It is difficult, right? So managing operations is very difficult. So for making our customers happy, we need to make ourselves on a streamlined process, right? So because everything should be streamlined, everyone in our company should understand what exactly we are going to do and how exactly we are managing the projects. So we have recently implemented SAP as well, specifically in terms of operations and productions facility, because we need to understand how fast we go. Again, that handles from start to the end. Again, that handles from the PO generation till the product is getting delivered to the customer. So each and every activity is again tracked, understood, and if there's any problem that we are going to face, or maybe it's going to come, so we can understand on SAP on a very early stage, and we can mitigate the risks that we are going to face, right? So if the project is getting delayed, if the production is getting delayed for some reasons, everything is updated there. So technology point of view, obviously we have taken a lot of steps to make it very clear and very easy for our customers to get the satisfaction that everyone is looking for right now in PB sector.
So here I wanted to ask from my audience side, understanding for them also, as that you guys have implemented so much technology to move forward, what insights or best practices and various maybe, technology or tools that even other manufacturers could adopt, for the growth of their businesses, maybe like, smaller or micro enterprises can finally become a bigger and a medium enterprises. I just want to know if any of these best practices, insights or tools that you could talk about or suggest.
First and foremost, what I discussed is one has to have a particular vision, right? The vision clarity is extremely important, right? Once you have defined your vision, where exactly you want to reach, then comes all the baby steps, right? So once the vision is planned, then we start planning how, right? Once the how has been answered, then the other question comes when. Once the when is answered, you start the work, right? So for any MSME or the small scale industry that they have been working, most important is vision. Second would be again the technological advancement, the technological understanding, which will help them to position themselves in the market, right? So we live in India, right? You name a market, it is cluttered. You name a product, it is cluttered. You name an industry, it is cluttered. So I don't see any space where you have you can use your blue ocean strategy or something like that and come up with your product and launch it in the market and become a unicorn. It's not happening. It does happen, but yeah, let's face a fact. Out of 1 lakh strategies coming, only one goes through, right? So the majority of the people are working in these sectors which are already cluttered. So one has to have that technological advancement, technological understanding, which will help them to position, right? So for example, again, I would again talk about PE industry. That's what I'm doing. So if you see the CAGR ratio of my industry, it is still at 12%. It is growing at a 12%. It is huge, right? Even though we say, even an outside industry would say, an outsider would say, yeah, PV industry is cluttered. We ourselves say it is cluttered, but still it is growing at CAGR of 12%. Currently, you see a market, current market, PEV market is, the number is humongous. It's 1,50,000 crore, right? And by 2030, you will see this number going past 5 lakh crore. Now imagine the infrastructure development coming up in India. So you need every industry, every entrepreneur need to understand kahan position karna hai. Once the positioning is done, then don't worry about it. You'll sail through. So as I said, two things: vision, the positioning yourself, the technological advancement. Third, I spoke about this earlier, fund management. So being a chartered accountant, I have audited a lot of firms. I have seen a lot of industries going down because of poor fund management. So if you are an entrepreneur, if you don't understand numbers, hire a person who understands numbers. Yeah. So managing your funds, managing your cash flows is extremely important. Otherwise, yeah, you'll see you going down with the numbers. Okay. Four, having a right employee. You need to have a good cohesive environment and the right pool of talent with you. So you must have heard a lot of entrepreneurs saying you must hire a person who is smarter than you. Yes, you must hire a person who is smarter than you. So they bring lot of experience, lot of insights on the table. Yeah, if you see, nahi yaar, sab kuch mere ko hi karna hai, you don't want employees, you can't grow. You need to have a great pool of talent which will take you forward. So I would proudly say I have amazing pool of talent. I am the least working guy in the company, but other people have been working extremely good. So one of the reason why Blue Ladder has succeeded in very relatively shorter time. It's been only 5 years of a journey, and we are zooming past 250 crore. The target is 320 crore this year. We have done well, and we have done well only because of these people working and backing up. Last, the market research. Have an amazing market research team with you. If you don't have a market research team, hire one. If you have a market research team, they must give you the insights. Kidhar maal dalna hai. So for us, it's kidhar maal dalna hai. We work in the western part of India, right? So we never went into Gujarat. Gujarat for us is a phase 2 of my entire business career. Currently, we are into phase 1, which is we say 50 crore pe phase 1 khatam hoga. So currently we're not going into Gujarat because Gujarat mein there are a lot of PB companies already. You can't sell there, otherwise आपका bottom line मरेगा. आपको 2%, 3% margin पे माल बेच देना पड़ेगा. You don't want to do that, right? So again, market research is extremely important. Yeah, you go work in Northeast na, 12% margin छूटेगा, right? So market research has to be there. again, when I talk about market research, you need to know अपने आप को कहाँ market कर रहा है. Yeah, that's how these are the few insights that I would say the MSME or the small scale industry or any entrepreneur should take. The challenges that we have seen so far, and we have developed these solutions to it.
That's excellent, and I see how much care from your voice. I can see how much care that you take care of your employees and how much they work cohesively with you the way you describe. Is there any kind of mantra, or would you have any advice on how maybe companies, entrepreneurs could manage and retain talent the way that you are handling?
Nikhil, there's no mantra to it. So we have been following no rules to acquire a good talent. It's only the employee needs only one thing: respect them. Yeah. Once they feel respected, once they feel valued, once they feel I am needed here, they won't even see they won't see the time they're working. 9 to 6 is no more 9 to 6 is my company. My company works from 9 to 9. And trust me, Nikhil, we have never asked our employee to stay till 9. So if they feel respected, if they feel valued, if they feel, the company needs me. I am the one running the company. I'm running company. They need me. And so that's how they feel good about it. They feel good about themselves. And there are a lot of initiatives our company take. It's not that we don't incentivize the hard work that they show. Let's say the vitamin M plays its own role. They need to be incentivized in a right way, in a right manner, so that the proper balance of commitment along with the discipline is maintained.
That's excellent. Actually, thank you for that. I hope that everybody, able to manage in the way you are able to manage your company. As of right now, for at least the immediate thing, before we move on to any question and answer, first, I think that's about questions right now. If there's anything that you would like to share with our audience, like any advice, any kind of mantra, or want to present to our MSMEs that they can learn from you.
We spoke about this, Nikhil. So again, I just brief a little about it. Have a good position. Have a good position in the entire market where you want to be. Positioning is extremely important. And as I began with one important factor, that the proportion of product and service has to be really, really good. अगर product बहुत अच्छा है, service ही नहीं है, तो नहीं चलेगा. Right? And service बहुत अच्छी है, product अच्छा नहीं है, तो वो भी नहीं चलेगा. So that composition has to be really good.
I understand. That's excellent. And since I think that's about it for my questions, and I believe that audience have a couple of questions that they have. If you're ready, we could answer a couple of them. And a couple of audience have a couple of questions. And if anybody else has any more questions, they could actually post it in the Q&A session. So here we have Mr. Somesh Gupta, who would like to understand how important is marketing and branding in an MSME business.
See, specifically if you talk about marketing in anything is important, right? So I understand it's not a B2C company where you need to market on television and people need to know the brand name. But when you talk about B2B as well, right? So branding specifically is important because people should have a trust on you. That creating trust in B2B is very, very much important because they are going to, obviously, again, when they're paying you advances, right? When you're going to deliver, or when let's say if we talk about PB sector now, right? So when you're going to deliver the factory or the warehouse, right? If you don't have a good brand name, and then how brand name is created, the marketing, obviously when we are doing, we are talking about our quality, what exactly we do, our customer services, and that's what is very important for a customer to understand. Okay, why should we go for Blue Ladder, right? Why should we go for a specific brand? If you're going for a specific brand, you have something in the back of your mind, right? So let's say if you buy Parle-G today, let's say if I'm talking about a B2C right now, but if you buy a Parle-G biscuit today, you know, okay, this tastes good, and बचपन से हम लोग खाते आ रहे हैं, अच्छा लगता है, इसलिए people are having, right? But when they show, okay, it's a glucose wala biscuit and stuff, again, when they're marketing in terms of that, तो आदमी सोचता है ठीक है, हाँ ग्लूकोज वाला बिस्किट है, पेरेंट भी खिला रहे हैं, ग्लूकोज वाला है, शुगर है उसके अंदर, ठीक है चल रहा है, but people are liking the biscuit. in that terms only, marketing is very much important in terms of brand name. When you see, or when you're talking to a company, let's say if you're talking to Blue Ladder in terms of making a warehouse, there should be something back of your mind running. ठीक है, Blue Ladder अच्छी company है. We have heard good things about Blue Ladder, or at least when you're talking, when you're doing the marketing, when you see, ठीक है, Blue Ladder ने blogs लिखे हैं इन सब चीजों के ऊपर. They are trying to educate people कि हम लोग why should people go for PEB instead of civil? They're trying to explain, ठीक है, PEB is expensive, but why they should go for it. So that brand name, associate everything in back of your mind. This is not something that people will just say. It will just come to the back of the mind. ठीक है, why they are going for Blue Ladder? Blue Ladder क्या कर चुकी है? They have taken some experiences from their friends or family, or maybe their business partners or something, where they have heard good things about Blue Ladder. So ये सब आता है marketing और branding के through only, because that's how people are going to associate you with. So yes, marketing is important. Even if you talk about MSME or a small business or a big business, marketing is important. Doesn't matter it's a B2B or a B2C. Marketing does play a big role.
Okay, we have a couple of more questions. There's a question by Naveen Satia. Sir, do you believe that if a company enters a market which is to a large extent unorganized, sets things up, does good branding, provides great service, can we win the market or rather capture great market share? Okay.
Yeah, great question, Naveen. So, I've always believed a business where the market is unorganized gives you tremendous opportunity to grow and capture the market, right? The more organized industry it is, harder it is to capture the market because it is already organized. The players are already there, which are very much organized, doing great work. So unorganized industry should always attract a new entrepreneur. So this is how we entered PEB sector, because we always believed, yes, this market is huge. If you see the number, we shared the number. The market is huge, but at the same time, very unorganized. The moment we start bringing, we started organizing things, we started bringing in good services. आदत नहीं लोगों को, अच्छी service देना, time पे deliveries होना, you monitoring the product. So everything. When I talk about service, it involves everything. So once you start bringing in these changes, you have already started capturing the share. So that's the beauty of it. Organized sector में share इतना आसानी से नहीं मिलता. Unorganized है तो it is easy, comparatively easier. Yeah, you can set things up now easily, comparatively better than the organized sector.
Thanks, Sagar, for answering that. I think that answers Naveen's question. There's this one last. There's this question by Mr. Swapnil Patil. In this volatile PEB market, how do you represent yourself as a better and a bigger PEB company among others in front of consumers, customers, and clients?
This PEB industry is very volatile. Volatile because it is again a commodity-based industry, right? And how do we represent ourselves as a better PEB company? See, I spoke about this earlier. There is no major product differentiation in this industry. Yes, there is a differentiation in a product, but again, top 5 companies, top 7 companies जो कर रही है, बाकी mid sector companies भी वही कर रही है. We are not talking about the bottom. So there is no major differentiation in the product. So where the differentiation you can bring in is the service. That's where we tried. So I spoke about it. Our mantra has been very clear. Let's call ourselves as a service industry and not the manufacturing industry. So right. So अगर service अच्छा है, you bring in a lot of value additions. So we did not speak about the how important the design in the PEB sector is, right? So we were the company who designed a shed, so for that is about 12-meter height. So you ask about the PEB industry question, so it will be a little technical now. So 12-meter clear height building, which is 3PL company, the weight used to be 3.5 kg a square feet. We entered the market, we did the R&D in the designing, we brought that weight to 3.1 kg a square feet. Now 0.4 kg per square feet difference will create a huge difference in the capital spend that the client was doing earlier, right? So if you have a great design team with you, it brings a lot of value additions on the table. You save a lot of cost. Again, every industry is behind the money, right? Ultimate goal industry लगाने का क्या है? पैसा बनाना है, right? So the owner understands, भाई मेरा ROI कितना है, मेरा payback period कितना है. He understands everything. मेरा IRR कितना है. So if as a PEB company you try to explain, सर देखो आपका IRR हमने इतना कर दिया, 13.5% सोच रहे थे, हमने 14.5% पे लेके आ गए. क्यों? By reducing certain cost, by bringing a lot of value addition. जो आप 3 कंपनी से करा रहे थे, हम एक ही कंपनी करके दे देंगे, right? So that's how the consultative selling works. In our case, it did wonders to us. So आप अगर better services टेबल पे रख रहे हो, cost कम कर दे रहे हो, IRR उसका बढ़ा दे रहे हो, payback period कम दे रहे हो, you are a better company. You win this race.
So Sagar, I think that kind of answers Swapnil's questions and most of my questions. I really thank for your time. Thank you for joining and enriching the whole session. Thank you for all the insights that you have given us over this session. And I would like to from our audience and myself, thank you Sagar and Aman for joining our session. To our audience, as at Blue Ladder EPC, these visionary brothers have exemplified and driven growth and success using various innovative and strategic thinking to inspire to reach where they have right now. This is a major inspiration for any MSME to strive and grow their business. I hope that you guys will have a great success ahead in the future too. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone who has joined us.